Let me ask you, who is in control of you? Is it the big you or the little you? Now, what do I mean by that? Well, right now, as I am walking around this field, I'm not walking around on my own. Now, of course, I have Summer who is walking along with me, but I'm not here on my own. There is another part of me that I'm carrying around with me right now that is analysing everything I am doing and criticising it and finding fault with it. Now, we all have this little voice that is probably made up of criticism from teachers from years ago, fears or whatever it is, and in some way it's probably trying to protect you. Now, as I'm speaking to camera right now, this little voice I know is talking in the back of my head saying, why are you even doing this? Why are you walking around the field? Why are you recording videos? No one is going to listen to these. You're wasting your time. You know, you have this goal that you're going to do 700 videos in a year. How stupid of a goal is that? You know, it's okay, maybe you're going to do 2 videos a day, but what in 6 months from now, when maybe when it's snowing or when it's raining, do you really think you're going to get up and do those videos? Now, me talking to camera, you're probably not aware of what's going on, but that is a conversation that's going on in the back of my mind right now. And by me taking action, I'm trying to ignore it. I'm trying to, push it to the side and just carry on. Now, no matter what you are going to do, whether that is writing, blogging, whatever it is, you are going to have that small voice at the back of your head. You're going to have that inner critic that is going to shoot you down before you even start. And if you listen to it, it will stop you straight in your tracks. But there are a couple of things you need to keep in mind, just to keep control of it, so that you do what you want to do. And, over time, it's not going to go away, but you can shut it down and carry on and do what it is that you want to do or that you need to do. So here's a couple of tips you could try out. Now, the first thing I'm here to tell you is, yes, that voice is probably right about me at the moment. Who would really listen to these videos? These videos might be the worst ever that somebody has seen. They may suck, but as I said in one of my previous videos, the video I make at number 1 is going to be a lot different than the video I make at video 700. Now, you'll probably well accept, if somebody does 700 videos, no matter how bad they are, there has to be some slight improvement between the start and the finish. And for me to think that I can start off at the finish point and continue on from there is naive. So, I am listening to that little voice. Yes, I am going to suck. These videos are probably going to be terrible in the beginning. Maybe the quality mightn't be good, maybe the content mightn't be good, maybe I mightn't come across properly in the videos, but I know if I am going to get to that end point, I have to go through the sucky bit. And that is going to be what you are going to have to do. On the first day, maybe you take up writing, your writing is going to suck. Your characters are going to be poor, the grammar may be terrible, the first couple of books may be weak. They mightn't have a good strong storyline that's going to attract somebody and keep them in the book. So yes, your first couple of books are going to suck, and your first couple of blog posts are going to suck, and the first couple of videos maybe that you record for YouTube or podcast episodes or whatever it is that you are looking to do, they are all going to suck. They're going to be terrible, but as I said, you can't expect to reach the end point without the beginning. You can't start a race without standing on the start line and getting going. So, if you do suck at the moment, be prepared for that. Don't be naive to think that you're going to sound professional, you're going to write professional from the very, very first part. You're not. You're going to stink. So that is one thing to keep in mind. Yes, that voice may be right. You probably will suck in the early days, but, suck it up and keep going. Because, as I said, 700 videos later, I'm going to be a completely different person on camera than I am at the start of it. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is that there's always going to be someone who is a lot better than you. No matter how good I get at these videos, there's always somebody who is going to be more natural on camera. There's going to be someone who speaks better than I do. There's going to be someone who probably has better ideas than I do. And I've got to accept that fact. Again, there's going to be better writers than you are. There's going to be better people on YouTube. There's going to be better podcasters. And even with, tons of practice, as I said, you will get better over time. But some people just have a natural ability at these things. And it's something that they were handed down to from birth. and sometimes they hit the ground running. You know, you have all these natural born actors who maybe haven't gone to a drama class, and yet they're up on stage and they're collecting an Oscar because they have that natural ability in them. Whereas you have other actors who are probably slaving away for years and years and never get an Oscar or an award. So that's something to keep in mind. Not all of us will have natural advantages. You're always going to find somebody who is better than you. You know, I may be able to run fast, but I can never run as fast as a horse, and I can never run as fast as a car. And those things I just have to accept. I'm not going to be as fast as those two. So for me to think that I am in that category, I'm kidding myself. So again, you are going to suck, but over time you will get better. But some people do have a natural ability that you just can't compete with. But it's up to you to push that out of your mind, stick to your own lane, create the content, you know, do your writing or whatever it is that you need to do, and push those people out of your mind. You just can't compete with them. So that's something else you need to keep in mind when it comes to that little voice. That you know, it is true. You are going to be terrible, but if you stick with this in the long game, you will find that you will get better. Now, I know I had recorded 3 tips here just to give out in this video, and for some reason my head has just gone blank. So there you go. That is one thing that I will probably improve over time, is keeping those thoughts in my mind as I'm doing these videos. So let me see, what was the third point I was going to bring up in it. Yes, the third point was that there is an audience for you. Now, that's one thing that little voice is telling me right now. You know, it's going to tell me that I am recording these videos. No one is ever going to watch them. No one is ever going to comment on them, and they are just going to lie there with 0 views. That may be the case, but you will find, if you do create something, that there is an audience out there for you. You know, back in probably the 1940s and 50s, there was this film genre called B-movies. Now, B-movies were like all those science fiction movies, all those creature movies, which, you know, the movies were terrible. You could see the UFOs were hanging on a little string as they were dragged across in front of the camera. The costumes were horrible, the storylines were horrible. But even though there were B-movies and terrible movies, they did attract an audience. Some people loved them for what they were, you know, terrible and all as they were. There was something innocent about them, there was something sweet about them, and people enjoyed watching them. And you're going to find that you will find your own audience. I know when I was writing my children's fiction books in Minecraft, I didn't think anybody would read them, because who am I to have an audience? But slowly over time, as I started releasing the books, I started getting some positive reviews. I started getting people asking me, when is the next book coming out? You know, when is it being released? I love that book. You left me on a cliffhanger. I want to know what happens next. And for me, who hadn't got an audience before, who didn't believe in my writing, the fact that someone was commenting positively on what I was doing and looking forward to what I was creating next, was, to me, it just blew my mind that somebody would be like that. So you will find that you will build an audience. People will be attracted to your work, even though you may think you are terrible. But you can't attract that audience until you actually create the work, terrible and all as you think it is. So even though I'm doing these videos and probably thinking sometimes these videos are terrible, I'm not going to get an audience. Some people will probably like them because they're rough, they're raw, the content maybe is decent, and I give them a good thought for the day. So don't listen to that small voice in your head. You know, you are going to suck, but you will get an audience over time. And listen to that little voice in your head means that you're never going to create the content. You're never going to get closer to where you want to be. So ignore it, carry on, and just like I did there, even if you do goof up, you know, it doesn't matter, keep going. So if you'd like me to cover anything in an upcoming video, or if you'd like to leave a comment, I would really appreciate it. Now, where am I posting all this content? Well, you may be listening to this in the podcast, but it's also over on YouTube if you want to see what I'm like, or if you wanted to get your hands on the video playlist, it's over on YouTube. If you do a search for the Walkie Talkie Tapes, that's WALKIE TALKIE, the Walkie Talkie Tapes, you'll find them over there. Or if you'd like to know more about what I do, which is help people with their writing and book promotion and all the things related to self-publishing, you're very welcome to come over to writecom.com. That's WRITECOME.com, and you'll find all the good stuff over there. So thanks for sharing your time with me again today, and take care and have a great day. Bye bye.